Hi students, in this lecture we are going to learn about the Euler's formula. Okay, it has to be pronounced as Euler's formula. In general we pronounce it is as Euler's formula. Okay, so what is this Euler's formula? So a complex number, we have a complex number z equals to a plus ib. We already studied that the complex number is also be represented in the form of as a trigonometric form or polar form or modulus amplitude form as or what is z is equals to r times of cos theta plus I sin theta. Okay, the same complex number z is equals to a plus ib can also be expressed as z is equals to r times of cos theta plus I sin theta, where r is the modulus of the complex number, which is nothing but the distance from the origin. And if a plus ib, modulus can be written as square root of real part square plus imaginary part square, and theta is the argument or amplitude. Theta is the argument or amplitude, which is generally found depending on the quadrant. It is found as theta equals to tan inverse of imaginary by real part. So this is we know. Now the complex number, every complex number z is equals to a plus ib is also expressed as r into e power I theta. Okay, every complex number is expressed as an exponential series. Okay, every complex number expressed as an exponential series, that is z is equals to r into e power I theta, which is called as Euler's formula. Okay, Euler formula, where what is e power I theta? In this one, the e power I theta equals to cos theta plus I times of sin theta. Okay, which is the e power I theta. Let me find out how this has to be derived. Okay, we know that. So we know that the expansion of e power x, can be written as summation n is equals to 0 to infinity x power n by n factorial, which is an infinite series, x power n by n factorial. If we expand this, we can write this as 1 plus x by 1 factorial plus x square by 2 factorial plus x cube by 3 factorial plus x power 4 by 4 factorial, and so on, an infinite series, which is the e power x series, infinite series expansion. Okay, and from the series concept itself, we have the cos x can be written as, the series of cos x can be written as 1 minus x square by 2 factorial plus, okay, here plus and minus will be alternative, and it is cos is always in the even powers, x power 4 by 4 factorial minus x power 6 by 6 factorial. Now what it is, again we'll get a plus x power 8 by 8 factorial and minus so on, which is also an infinite series. And similarly the series of sin x is, x minus x cube by 3 factorial plus x power 5 by 5 factorial minus x power 7 by 7 factorial and plus so on infinity. Okay, if we add these two, what will get? 1 plus x. Okay, 1 plus x. Okay, if I add cos x plus sin x, what I will get? Cos x plus sin x. What I will get? 1 plus x minus x square by 2 factorial and minus x cube by 3 factorial, and what it is, plus x power 4 by 4 factorial minus x power 5 by 5 factorial and so on. So we are not getting the e power x series. So now let replace this x with, in the e power x series, replace x with, okay, replace x with e power x series. We are having 1 plus x plus, that means x by 1 factorial plus x square by 2 factorial plus x cube by 3 factorial plus x power 4 by 4 factorial plus so on, which is e power x. Now replace x is equals to some I times of theta. Okay, replace x is equals to I times of theta. Then what we'll get over here? E power x equals to 1 plus I theta by 1 factorial plus I theta whole square by 2 factorial plus I theta whole cube by 3 factorial plus I theta whole power 4 by 4 factorial plus I theta whole power 5 by 5 factorial and so on, which is infinite series. Okay, if we expand this, what will get? E power, sorry, here x is now I theta. Okay, x is now I theta. Now we are replacing x is equals to I theta, then iota times of theta. E power I theta is equals to 1 plus I into theta, and now here what, I square into theta square. I square is minus 1. So now here theta by 1 factorial, 1 factorial is 1, and theta square by 2 factorial. Now what it is? I cube. I cube is nothing but I square into I square is minus I into theta cube by 3 factorial, and I power 4 is plus 1. We can write this as theta power 4 by 4 factorial plus I power 5, I power 4 into I, then we can write as plus I into theta power 5 by 5 factorial and minus, we will get over here minus and so on. Okay, if we try to simplify this, what we'll get? I am writing it as a 1 minus theta square by 2 factorial, which is the real part, and plus theta power 4 by 4 factorial, and next time we will get over here, it is theta power 6 by 6 factorial. Okay, minus theta power 6 by 6 factorial, and plus next we will get as theta power 8 by 8 factorial. These all are the real parts, and if I take I as a common, so I as a common, the second term will be written as theta by 1 factorial minus, now I will get it as a minus, I is taken as a common, theta cube by 3 factorial plus, now we are getting here it as a theta power 5 by 5 factorial, and next we will get it as a minus theta power 7 by 7 factorial. Okay, and plus this will continue. Okay, now this is the thing, but we know that the sine x and cos x expansions, what is the sine x expansion? X minus x cube, okay, x minus x cube by 3 factorial plus x power 5 by 5 factorial minus x power 7 by 7 factorial and so on. If we replace x with theta, then we can write it as sine theta equals to theta minus theta cube by 3 factorial plus theta power 5 by 5 factorial plus theta power 7 by 7 factorial and so on. Now from the e power I theta, in the e power I theta, in the e power I theta, then we can write it as theta minus theta cube by 3 factorial plus theta power 5 by 5 factorial minus theta power 7 by 7 factorial as sine theta. And we know that the expansion of series of cos x. What is cos x series? 1 minus x square by 2 factorial plus x power 4 by 4 factorial plus, sorry, minus, we'll get over here it is as a minus x power 6 by 6 factorial plus x power 8 by 8 factorial and minus, again minus, it continues. Okay, so if we replace x with theta, then cos theta can be written as 1 minus theta square by 2 factorial plus theta power 4 by 4 factorial minus theta power 6 by 6 factorial plus theta power 8 by 8 factorial and so on. So in the expansion of e power I theta, in the expansion of e power I theta, the first term, the real parts, all can be written as cos theta. Now we can write this e power I theta, e power I theta equals to cos theta plus iota times of sin theta. Okay, so we have, so from the Euler's formula we have a complex number z is equals to cos theta plus I sin theta. The Euler has introduced that cos theta plus I sin theta also be written as e power I theta. In an exponential, every complex number is represented as an exponential form. Okay, every complex number is represented as an exponential form. Then we can write this as z is equals to r into e power I theta as Euler's rule or Euler's formula. Okay, I think you understand what is Euler's formula. Now we'll try to solve one question on this Euler's formula. Before that, and in the Euler's formula, if theta equals to pi, what happens? If theta equals to pi, what happens to the complex number z? Z, what is, sorry, theta equals to pi, Euler says nothing but e power I theta. E power I theta will become equals to e power I pi. So what is e power I pi, which is nothing but Euler's rule. What is Euler's rule? E power I theta equals to cos theta plus I times of sin theta. So which is equals to, what we can write as cos pi plus I times of sin pi. So whereas e power I pi, okay, e power I pi equals to cos pi minus 1 plus iota times of 0. That implies e power I pi equals to minus 1, and we can write this as e power I pi plus 1 equals to 0. Okay, the Euler has mixed the concepts of exponent series, x series, infinite series formulas and the complex number formulas into exponential formulas. Okay, represent the complex numbers. Okay, complex number, every complex number is represented as z equals to r times of e power I theta, and we can write it as e power I pi plus 1 equals to 0. Now consider the question. Express the equation z is equals to 1 plus root 3i whole power 7 into 1 minus root 3i whole power 4 by 1 minus I whole power 16 in the form of a plus ib. Okay, if we try to solve this problem using in the regular procedure, it will be a lengthy. Okay, if expand 1 plus 3i whole power 7 and go on the solving the required solution, it is a lengthy process. Then use another type of complex number. What is the trigonometric form or polar form? Z is equals to r times of cos theta plus I sin theta. It will also give us a lengthy result. So these type of problems easily solved with the Euler's formula. So what is Euler's formula? E power I theta. Every complex number can be expressed as z equals to r into e power I theta. First I am considering the given, first the numerator, he has given the complex number as 1 plus root 3 I. Okay, then for this complex number, find out the r and theta. So what is the r for this complex number? R is equals to square root of real part square plus imaginary part square. Then we will get simply as r is nothing 1 plus 3 4, and we will get it as r equals to 2. And theta argument can be finded. Theta equals to, first find out the alpha. Okay, alpha, then what it is, 1 plus root 3 I, which is in the first quadrant. Real part is positive, imaginary part is also positive. Then it is in the first quadrant. In the first quadrant, theta equals to alpha. Then we can write it as theta equals to as tan inverse imaginary root 3 by 1. Real is 1. So we can write theta equals to tan inverse of root 3, which is nothing but 60 degrees. We can write it as pi by 3. So we can write 1 plus root 3I using the Euler's formula as 2 into e power I pi by 3. Okay, 2 into e power I pi by 3. The first one is over. Then now what about the second one? 1 minus root 3I. Okay, this is the 1 plus root 3I. Now what is 1 minus root 3I? So for this one, what is the modulus? R is, again we will get it as 2, square root of 1 square plus root 3 square 2. And what is the argument? Theta. Theta, to find out the theta, first it is in the which quadrant it is theta? 1 minus root 3I. So 1 minus root 3 means real part is positive, imaginary part is negative. It is in the fourth quadrant. The theta equals to, we can write it as minus alpha, where alpha can be find it as tan inverse b by a, imaginary by real. What is the imaginary? Minus, we can write it as tan inverse of, so y by alpha is tan inverse b by a minus root 3 by 1, and the modulus we are considering, again we will get it as minus of tan inverse root 3, which is nothing but theta equals to minus pi by 3. So now we can write 1 minus root 3I in the Euler's formula as 2 into e power minus I pi by 3. Okay, this is the another complex number in the Euler's formula. Now if we simplify next, what is 1 minus I whole power 16? Now try to find out 1 minus I whole power, 1 minus I represent in the r into e power I theta Euler formula. So what is r? Equals to square root of 1 square plus minus 1 square. We will get it as a simply as root 2. Okay, which is equals to root 2. And theta, so 1 minus a, real part is positive and imaginary part is negative. Imaginary part is in the fourth quadrant. Then theta equals to minus alpha, where alpha equals to tan inverse of modulus of imaginary part is 1 minus 1 by 1, and we'll get as simply 1, which is equals to pi by 4, and that means theta equals to minus pi by 4. Okay, theta equals to minus pi by 4. Then we can write it as 1 minus I equals to root 2 into e power minus I pi by 4. Okay, root 2 into e power minus I pi by 4. So now we represented every complex number in an Euler's form. So what is Euler's form? From this one, the given complex number can be written as 1 plus root 3I can be written as 2 into e power I pi by 3 whole power 7 into 1 minus root 3 I can be written as 2 into e power minus I pi by 3 whole power 4 by, now 1 minus I whole power can be written as root 2 into e power minus I pi by 4 whole power 16. Now if you simplify this, what will get? 2 power 7 into e power I 7 pi by 3. Okay, e power x whole square, e power x whole square, e power 2x. Then we can write as e power 7 I by 3, and 2 power 4 into e power minus I 4 pi by 3 by, so now 2 power square root 2 all power 16. That means they will get here it as 2 power 18 into e power minus I 16 pi by 4. 16 pi by 4 means we will get it as a 4 pi. And going on the simplification, 2 power 7 into 2 power 4, 2 power 11 by 2 power 8 denominator we are having over here, and e power 7 pi by 3 into e power, that means e power x into e power y can be written as e power x plus y. That means the numerator can be written as e power iota times of 7 pi by 3 plus means here minus 4 pi by 3 by e power minus iota times of 4 pi. So which is equals to, so 2 power 11 by 2 power 8 can be written as 2 cube into e power iota times of what is 7 pi minus 4 pi, 3 pi by 3 we get it as e power I pi by e power minus I times of 4 pi. So now which can be written as 2 cube is nothing but 8 into e power I pi, and minus 4 pi will become it as plus e power I times of 4 pi. Then we can write this is as 8 into e power I times of 5 pi. Okay, which is the complex number z in the Euler's form, and which can be written as, he is asking us to represent a plus ib. Now represent cos e power I theta can be written as cos theta plus I times of sin theta. Okay, cos theta plus I sin theta, whereas here 8 times of cos of odd multiples of pi we will get it as a minus 1 plus sine of integer multiples of pi is 0, then it is as 0, then we can get this is as minus 8 plus 0 times of iota. Otherwise the complex number z equals to simply a real number of minus 8. If we asking us to represent as a plus ib, then we can write as minus 8 plus 0 times of iota. Okay, which is the required solution. These type of problems which are given as the highest order exponentials can easily solved with the Euler's formula. Thank you.